Well, hello. I'm Danielle Ramos, and I'm a management consultant. I have an undergraduate degree in finance and a graduate degree in organizational psychology. However, I've spent most of my career working with technology teams, doing programming, analysis, project management, and leadership. In the past few years, I've been working on helping technology teams develop a product management culture. I want to talk to you about an experience that I had with a development team that felt that they were safe and that they did not have to worry so much about customer satisfaction and being competitive. All right, I want you to meet Sylvia. Sylvia is a professional IT product manager. Sylvia is very good at her job. Her success is measured on system availability, transaction success, and system performance. And all of that makes sense because if you develop a product that doesn't stay available and run, then what good is it, right? So those are her key metrics. Sylvia also likes to focus on a solid architecture and design. After all, she's an IT professional and this is her passion. She also wants to make sure that the product is stable and easy to manage, all tied back to her success measurements. And finally, she believes that this is just one of several channels and that if customers need to handle a more complicated transaction, they should go into a store or call support and get the help that they need. Well, let's meet Greg. Greg is the marketing product manager, and he is measured on profitability and market share. So his goal is to make the digital channel, the website, very profitable, and he has money goals and business goals that he has to meet in order to do that and to gain market share. Now, Greg has a little bit of a different perspective. He believes that the website should be the single place for customers and they should be able to do everything there. And he also needs to make immediate changes. So if he needs to change an offer or a product offering, he needs to just go in and do it. He wants to see immediate results because he's watching what's happening in the market and he needs to be very responsive to it. And then he also wants this to be a wow experience for the customer. He wants it to be simple for them to do what they need to do, but he believes that the website is a draw for the company itself. So it is in fact a product that engages with the customer and as a result brings more customers into the company. So you can see that these two have very different perspectives. And you can also see that that might be a problem. For one thing, Sylvia believes that the development team owns the development of the site, and that's correct, they do. But she also believes that if marketing wants a change, they need to submit the proper paperwork and they need to do it with the right level of detail, and they need to do it in enough time to allow the development team to do a really good development change and deliver with quality. So she wants to make sure that they have time to make sure that the product is really well designed and developed. Greg, on the other hand, feels that he owns the website. It's a marketing channel after all, and he needs to have direct access. He doesn't even want to have to go through the development team to make changes to the product offering. So he wants to go in and do it himself. And he wants all changes, even the really complicated ones, to be made much quicker than they are today. So there's probably more solutions that they could come up with, but let's just talk about three of the most obvious ones. They could leave everything as is and they could continue to be probably frustrated with one another and neither get what they want. Sylvia doesn't get the time, and then Greg doesn't get things delivered quickly and doesn't have the immediate access he really wants. They could meet in the middle, they could compromise. So they could make things better for each of them, probably not getting what they want on either side, but better. Or, Greg could just go out and find another supplier. And a lot of internal teams don't really look at this option because they don't think that that would be allowed to happen. But I have to tell you, in this case, that is exactly what happened. The marketing organization went out and hired an external vendor to rebuild the website. And then they brought it back once it was done and announced it and dropped it into the existing team's hands for maintenance. So, wow, what a surprise, right? So this changed everything. The internal team no longer had an ongoing inflow of work. And as a matter of fact, every time a piece of work came up for new functionality or changes that weren't just regular maintenance, guess what? They had to prepare a competitive bid, and they had to bid against one or more external vendors. And they didn't have a big marketing or sales team or anything, so they had to figure out how to do it very quickly and really develop some very quick presentation skills, because that wasn't something that they really knew how to do before this. So there were many, many practice sessions where they actually had an analyst present the proposals, and they had someone with some financial background prepare the financial estimates, etc. And this team was actually able to fund themselves through this process for another year until, guess what? Something else came up, and they outsourced the work again to, in this case, a different internal team. So the message here is, always consider yourself as an independent company that is competitive, and always consider that you need to be considering what the customer needs. Because if you think that because you're an internal organization and that you're providing a job to a partner within the company, that you're safe and your job is secure, you need to think again, because the business will do what the business needs to do in order to achieve their goals. All right, well, thank you very much for listening.